Hey, what's up, team? Eddie Gray here, back at it again. We're covering Satellite Sessions by Mixed and Key. This is a incredible platform to be able to cross-collaborate with anybody all over the world with any DAW. I'm going to let Robert tell you a little bit about it. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, Eddie? What's up, YouTube? All right, so Mixed and Key basically allows you to, regardless of whatever DAW you're using, collaborate and exchange ideas within your DAW. That's straight from their website. So basically what that means is if I am working in Pro Tools and I want to give Eddie a piece of what I recorded, I can record it in this plugin thing that kind of acts as the middleman, and he can take it and put it into his Logic session. And doesn't matter what DAW you're using. We're gonna both be on Logic right now, so yeah.
Yeah, and then a little bit later, we're gonna collaborate in such a way where I'm using Logic and he's using Pro Tools. We do want to be clear that this is in 4824, and again, cross-compatible with Ableton, FL Studio, Pro Tools, and some other DAWs as well. Is there anything else to add, or are we ready?
Yeah. Oh, also another thing that we could do is we could also send each other Midi, or if I have like a basic piano sound and Eddie says like, no, I got the best like contact piano sound here, send it to me. I can give him the Midi as well. Nice. So that's a game changer.
Well, look, if you guys want to learn more in depth, you want to go to the how-to guide here on the website, but we're going to just go ahead and get into it here. Let's go into Logic. So we've already kind of set it up, and we're planning to show you a demo kind of from top to bottom. But as of now, just to keep it really simple, I have Satellite set up on a software instrument track, and this is kind of like the master Satellite session. Okay, and so then Robert has the same link, and so then now we're currently looking at the same thing, and he'll share in 1 second. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I just dragged in a loop from the loop browser, okay, and I dragged it into track number 2. Well, you'll find that on track number 2, I instantiated Satellite Audio. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure the track is in focus. I'm going to hit Capture Audio, and then I'm going to play this back and look at how it records in real time right now. All right, so Robert, do you see that on your end?
Yep, it just popped up. So like on that plugin, you have, I have the same Satellite Sessions plugin on my screen, and it looks identical.
Nice, and we're going to be going to his screen in a quick second here. So I can edit these, right? These regions?
Yeah, so if you click and drag over any part of the region, you can, and then hit delete, you're able to, edit from there as well. It's limited, but it's definitely, usable.
It's very workable. Now, are you already set up for Zoom?
Yes, I believe so. I might have to reshare audio. Hang on.
Okay, yeah, do that while I explain this next part. So then the next part's really interesting. I have a MIDI loop that I dragged in from the loop browser. And what's fascinating here is that I have the Satellite Audio plugin instantiated in the software instrument track, because the idea is that we're not transferring MIDI here, but we're transferring audio. So let's call this perk. Okay. So when I open up the main parent file, the Satellite Sessions file, let me record this on bar, let's call it 5. And I actually want to point that out too, that the playhead coincides with the playhead inside of Satellite. So like Robert stated earlier, we kind of have this middleman DAW. So let me hit record, and then I'll pop over to Robert's session in a quick second here. So again, Satellite Audio is open inside of the perk stem, and I'll turn on Capture Audio. Here we go. Okay, so like I said, we're not transferring MIDI, even though this is a MIDI track or a software instrument track. We're transferring audio. Do you see it on your end?
Yeah, I do.
All right, cool. Let's pop over to your session.
Okay.
Just show us what you're looking at. We'll come back into my session, and then we'll transfer MIDI over. Boom. Let's go.
Awesome. So as you can see, like I said, it looks just like the way Eddie's looked like. I have a satellite sessions plugin pulled up on an instrument track over here. And all I have to do to get it going is click on this little arrow and drag it into my DAW.
Wow.
And it works seamlessly like that. And if I play it back, and here's how it sounds.
So I'll tell you what, why don't we put satellite audio on your track number 2, and let's bring some congas or some world drums over to my session.
Sure, let's do it. So I'm going to pull up the plugin right here. So I'm going to go to audio units. It's mixed in key, satellite audio. I'm going to make sure capture audio is on. If I want to, I can name this, I think. So I'm just going to name it world drum. And I'm going to hit play, and it should capture it. So let's take a look at the instrument track again. Yeah, it's there, named and everything. As you can see, I went on a little longer than 2 bars. Like we said earlier, I can click, drag, delete it.
Yeah,
and it's there.
All that's reflected on my end. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into my sesh here. The next thing that we want to do that would be interesting is to share the MIDI performance. So now we're not talking about sound per se. We're just talking about MIDI. So let's just pretend that you played something in. In fact, I'll just play something in here. So I'm at bar 4, and I'm just hitting some random MIDI stuff. I'll capture, record. Here's my grand performance here. Okay, all with a velocity of 127. And so then satellite MIDI is on. Okay, and why don't we call this MIDI? All right, so then we can see. Oh, man, you know what I just noticed, Robert? So
Yeah.
your name contains the stems that I think you shared.
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong about that. Whereas here, my stems up here. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's cool.
So let me go ahead and re-record this MIDI at bar 9. So remember, this is going to coincide with Logic, Satellite Sessions, and then Robert's session where he is currently located. So capture MIDI, it's in red. You can see the record enabled button is on sessions as well, and let's go. So obviously we're not hearing any sound because this is just data. So do you see it on your end?
Yes, I do.
Very cool. Do you mind sharing one more time and then pulling up like any software instrument that you have that's just readily available? So let me go ahead and stop my share.
Sure. All right, so now we're back in my session, and as you can see, we got some MIDI right here, and I'm going to drag it in. Hang on 1 second. And let's go ahead and import tempo. And we have the MIDI right here. So I can now just apply any MIDI track. So I'm just going to, oh, we already got a piano track. So let's see how that sounds. So there you go.
Bravo. Hey, real quick, can you pull up sessions and then change the BPM of the entire track? I'm really curious. Is it reflected? I don't know. Maybe it changes a little bit on my end. So I'm going to change the BPM down to 110. So my session is now on 110. Is your satellite session on 110?
Yeah, so when I open up satellite, it says, please set your DAW to 110 BPM. So now I can change my DAW, my session to 110.
Yeah, that's pretty intelligent. I got to say, the fact that it's kind of reading all this, and I haven't had any latency or buffering issues or anything like that. I mean, granted, we only have 4 tracks, but still, it's pretty impressive.
Right. And that goes back to when we were talking before we started this about how I think this is all based on MIDI, because this is like that kind of like MIDI and SMPTE, like that word clock kind of stuff where it's all linked to one line. So it knows that the BPM is 140 and it's working in that world.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's start from scratch here, if you don't mind. If you can open up Pro Tools in the background, we're going to show you how to set this up from scratch. So on a software instrument track, I'm going to open up Satellite Sessions. So you want to find the plugin company. So this is Mixed In Key, and just a quick shout out to Sarah Sims over at Mixed In Key. I'm just so stoked about what you guys are doing. This is so monumental. So yeah, much love, much respect. So I'm going to open this up, and here we are in the interface, and we can either create a new session, join a session, or you can check out your history on the right-hand side. I'm going to create a new session, and I'm going to call this HF Music Academy. All right, cool. And then the key, let's just go A minor, keep it simple. I love that they have this feature. It's kind of great. It kind of falls in line with their entire Captain Chords suite of plugins that they have, which is really nice. I'm referring to Mixed in Key. They have a great selection of plugins. So then when I create the session, we now are prompted to find, what are we going to do here? Are we going to add tracks? Are we going to invite somebody? Let's invite Robert. So I'm going to go ahead and invite him here. So anyway, I'll leave it on VIP. I'm going to send the invite to my good friend Robert here, and then he is going to join us as soon as he gets that via email. But in the interim, I'm going to go ahead and just start working the system here. So I'll leave satellite off to the side. Let me put it here. And I'm going to instantiate an audio track, and I'll just drag in another loop just to keep it simple. Let's go with, I actually like this loop. I'm dragging a MIDI loop into an audio track. It gets burned into audio. So it says here, please reenter the BPM. We support the BPM to the second decimal. So it looks like I have a decimal range that's not supported. And that just happened by default because I was dragging in loops. So let's just go with 85 beats per minute. Okay, so then now everybody's happy. Sync satellite with DAW. And I am ready to go. So let me know, Robert, in Pro Tools when you're ready to take this away.
Cool, yeah, I should be ready to go. So here we have a blank Pro Tools session, and it could be any DAW. I'm gonna create a track because I need to create an instrument track for my sessions plugin, and then we'll just make it. Actually, from there we're pretty good. Mono audio track. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring that in. 1 second, mixed in key, satellite sessions. Now when I want to join a session, I go ahead and click join session. I paste this key that I already got from my email, and I should be in any session. Now, as you can see, it says change your DAW to 85 BPM. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that by double clicking over here. 85, boom. And I'm in.
Quick question: the code that I sent over, did it automatically show up in your satellite session, or did you have to copy and paste it?
No, it automatically showed up. Once I opened the email, I hit copy, and I think it's just smart enough to say, "Hey, this is that code you copied right now."
Oh, I'm running into an interesting issue. So I deleted the session that we're supposed to be collaborating on. So then when I go into demo sessions, I can go into our history. So now, hold on, let me flip this back for 1 second.
Sure.
So yeah, I basically mistakenly deleted my main session, or the satellite session software instrument track. And so simply by going into session dashboard, going into session history, now I can rejoin Robert's session. So then now I'm back in it, right? So I'm on track number 2. Let me burn this in. And I'll let you kind of take it back here.
Okay.
I'll start burning it in real time. Go ahead. All right. So then let me burn this in. Cool. All right. Here we go. All right. Talk to me. Let me know if, yeah, there it is right there.
Yep, starting to show up.
Sweet. All right. Let's finish it up. Maybe just add some percussion or some drums to it, whatever you got.
Sure. Let me see. So here's that. We got that audio in, and let's go ahead and just let me see what I can do. Let me create an instrument track real quick. MIDI track here, and I'll share it with you real quick. So I'm gonna draw in some MIDI. That's good enough.
Yep.
And I'll go ahead and share it with you. So I'm going to pull up the, let's see. I'm going to pull up the Mixed in Key plugin again. And it's the satellite audio one. I have capture audio on. Let's just call this synth. And I'll go ahead and hit play, and it should come in. That accidentally worked.
Let's stay here. Yep, I see it on my end, my brother. Dude, this has been
Nice.
awesome. Guys, we just want to recommend this plugin. It's for free as I understand it. And it is by far, let me know if you agree with me, Robert, but it's by far the easiest solution that I have seen when it comes to collaborating anytime, anywhere, and any DAW. Any closing words, Robert?
Hey, yeah, I mean, like, as far as this type of plugin, as far as this type of service that's kind of come up in popularity during this whole last year, this has been the smoothest one we've gone over. We've gone over a few, and this has been the most smooth, kind of thing that we've been able to do.
Yeah, and it sounds great as well. Well, hey guys, we wanted to thank you very much. Thank you so much for all the support, all the subs. I know Robert's content is doing really well on the channel, so if you want to check him out, he's going to be releasing a new course soon, Pro Tools 202. You want to sign off?
Yeah, check me out on Skillshare under HF Tracks, and yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
All right, guys, take care. Much love, much respect. Stay up.